Hello and welcome to the Blue Pencil session. This is where we take a look at some of your pages and offer you some feedback and thoughts. We're excited because this time we get to take another peek at one we have seen before, which is a picture book. So I'm going to have us end on Crystal because she is all things picture book, or at least I've made her that in my mind.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take us over to start with Donna. What did you think of this revised picture book?
I loved this revised one. This story, so we had read the first one, and there were some things in the first one that made me kind of go like, for instance, the bully in the first story was, unceremoniously told he couldn't come to the party, and it made me feel kind of sad. And in this situation, she's got the Giggle twins, which I love the name of these kids. Oh, sorry, it wasn't the bully, it was the kid who came in the not scary costume who was sent away. And so now the kids in the not scary costume coming to the party actually have a role to play, that they're empowered and they're invited in. And I love that she has that the main character, Annie Lou, goes and has her little cry. And anyway, this one, it made me feel nice. There were little pieces of it that made me smile and kind of chuckle. And I didn't highlight them, but it was one of those stories that I thought, yeah, it made me feel good in a way that the first version didn't. So, too many spiders though. So many spiders in this story. Which I guess is good in a spooky story. Yeah. Okay, there we go.
It kept so many of the things that I liked in it, the images of zooming up and, the bats and the sort of the wordplay that I really loved from the first one, but it really sort of amped up. I think what was my biggest concern is it just there wasn't much conflict in the first one. And this one I really liked because of that. And I also liked that the Giggle twins' costumes of being bunnies is in fact what scares the bully away, because she has the idea of putting the blanket over the two of them and making a two-headed bunny. My only question was if the conflict resolved itself too soon and then there was a wrap up of the book. And as I was thinking, as Donna was talking, I wondered if we just needed a moment where the main character realizes, like at first she was so disappointed that the bunnies, with the bunny costume, but it was what ended up saving the party. Like if she needed to have a moment of realization of, oh, I was sad, but it turned out that was the best thing that could have happened. I wondered if that was needed to just maybe close that arc a little bit. And on that thought, or any other suggestions, I'm going over to Crystal.
Yes, all the things that the lady said, all of that. I love the visuals in here. I think there's so many really evocative little kind of tidbits that are super fun, and would be really great to see those come out in the illustration. So I think your next phase of editing or adjustments would really be depending on kind of how you were laying it out and what you could convey with the pictures that didn't need to be the words. So that's the beauty of the picture book, is we usually like overwrite slightly in the story to begin with, and then once you have the illustration side by side, you can select out stuff so that there's things to discover in the pictures that you haven't necessarily specifically said. So, I don't know if you're going to illustrate this one yourself or if you're looking to submit it. But if you are thinking to illustrate it yourself and submit a whole package, then you would, as a next step, just break it down into the page spreads and get a sense of how much text is on each other thing. And that might help a bit with the pacing as well, with what Eileen was talking about, where you'd find out, okay, well, if we introduced an arc on page 2, we'd want to wrap it up on the second to last page. And you'll see if you've got sort of too much space on one end or the other. And that will help you to see that. And also you can translate some of it to illustrator's notes or sketches if it is what you're going to do yourself, and then just see where the text kind of gets tightened up around that. But I think you're exactly at the stage you should be at this point. So that'll just be your next kind of natural move. And knowing what your artwork is like, I hope you do illustrate it so we can see.
I do too. Yeah, I do illustrate it.
Yeah. So
I love this story. So I was excited to see the changes and how it came together. So on that note, I think other people should turn in their pages to us and let us take a look. And until then, we'll see the rest of you around the Creative Academy. Bye-bye.